Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make West Virginia Pepperoni Rolls. And to get started, we're going to need a batch of pizza dough, which I've already mixed up and I've already let rise. I will leave a link to the video showing you guys how I made this and got to this step. So the first thing we actually need to do is move our cutting board over. Well, this is my bread board. I only ever use it for bread. And I'm just going to gently deflate my pizza dough. And move it over to my board. There we go. And I am just going to gently work this out. I like to flip it over. I like the part that was doing the rising to end up being on the inside of my roll here. I think it tends to end up being a little dry, so to kind of help moisten it back out, I like to put it in the inside. And I'm just going to gently stretch it out to remove any big air bubbles in it. And now I'm going to roll it up so that I can portion it into the sizes that I need. Pepperoni rolls were originally started in Fairmont, West Virginia at a little tiny bakery called the Country Club Bakery in 1927. They started making them kind of like the New Orleans po' boy, as a meal that was really quick and easy that a coal miner could throw into his lunch bucket and it wouldn't have to worry about being refrigerated. Now, typically you'll find the the pepperoni rolls in north central West Virginia, which is more towards the upper half of it. And I know if you kind of go outside of the state or outside of the Appalachian area, you're probably not going to hear of a pepperoni roll. And if you do, if somebody mentions it, they're probably going to think that you mean something like a stromboli or pizza roll, like a Totino's pizza roll, or even a calzone. And these are definitely not that. And I'm just portioning out my dough right now. The thing I found really interesting when I was looking up facts about the pepperoni roll is that in the early 2000s, the U.S. military started using a version of pepperoni rolls in their MREs for our troops overseas. So I thought that was actually a really cool little detail that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, traditionally, in the beginning, they were made with stick pepperoni. And what they would do is they would take this and kind of log it up into smaller sections and then just wrap the dough around it. But that's not how I do them. And a lot of the pepperoni rolls that you'll find in West Virginia now use the pre-sliced pepperoni, which is what I've got here. And really all you've got to do is once you get your dough portioned out, you take it and you lightly roll it out. And I'm just going to stretch these out and make some smaller ones today. You don't want to roll this out too thin, but you do want to get as much pepperoni in here as you can. And as it cooks, the oils from the pepperoni are going to actually come in and infuse your bread with their taste, and these end up tasting so good. It's one of my favorite little snacks to make, and my family really loves them. I used to make them a lot when my kids were in school, and they would be able to take them that didn't have to be heated up. It was, you know, it's just as good cold as it is warmed. But I'm just going to sit here and shingle out my, my pepperoni, just like that. And give me 1 second. Wipe the grease off my fingers, and then I'm just going to roll these up. And I like to start it to about halfway, and then I kind of tuck my ends in to help the pepperoni stay inside. And then I'm just going to roll them all the way up and give them a nice little pinch right along the seam. And transfer them over to my cookie sheet. Alright, I'm going to start working on these and get these all rolled up and turned into pepperoni rolls. While I'm doing this, I would like to remind you guys of the Gamers and Geeks playlist that JPEG Death and I have going on our channels. If you would like to be a part of that, all you have to do is go out and make a cooking video and post it to your channel. And then let either JPEG or I know, either in the comment section of our latest cooking videos, or if you are a part of his Discord server, you can let us know over there as well. I want to try and keep them as uniform a size as I can. That way they all bake at the same rate. And I don't have some that end up being browner than others. Now, another way you can jazz these up, these are just plain pepperoni rolls. But you can certainly add a tiny little bit of pizza sauce to these first, and then a nice generous topping of your favorite kind of pizza cheese. I typically use a Colby Jack mozzarella mix when I make these, but today I'm using these more as a snack than a meal. So I'm just making the plain ones. Again, you're just going to roll these up to about halfway and then tuck your ends in. And this is extremely important step if you're going to be adding cheese into it. If not, your cheese will seep all out the ends and you'll be left with a cheeseless pepperoni roll. It'll all have evacuated to the end of your the roll. So, alright, well, I'm going to get these done, and then I will bring you guys back. Alright guys, I am down to my last one. I am just going to get this one rolled up, and then I'm going to put a tea towel over my tray and set them off to the side and let them rise for about 20 minutes, just to let the dough relax. And just to kind of let the dough relax and start rising again. And let me grab the other tray. As you can see, this one's already started to rise up. I've had it covered. I'm going to move this one over and let it start rising while I get this one ready to go into the oven. So all I'm going to do before I stick it in the oven is I am going to brush the tops with a little bit of butter, and you want to do this gently because you don't want to deflate the dough that you've been letting re-rise. And all this is going to do is kind of help ensure a more even browning on the tops of your pepperoni rolls. Alright guys, I am down to my last one. I am going to transfer these over to my oven and let them bake for probably about 10-15 minutes before I check them on 400 degrees, and I will bring you guys back when they're done and let you know exactly how long it took for them to cook. Alright guys, our pepperoni rolls are out of the oven. They smell so good. I wish you could smell my kitchen right now. They baked for about 25 minutes before they were completely cooked through and started to brown on top. So let's get in here. I've let them cool, oh, I think probably about 5 minutes. So they're probably still a little bit warm, but I want to get in here and we'll break it apart. You guys can see the inside, and oh, they smell amazing. But yeah, these are absolutely delicious. These turned out really well. They're nice and light and fluffy, but we still have all that pepperoni goodness flavor on the inside. Alright guys, these make a perfect lunch for little kiddos, or even, you know, maybe some big kiddos. And they are definitely really good as a little midnight snack. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist, as well as my Elder Scrolls and Fallout cookbook playlists. I will leave links down in the description to them. If you guys like this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys make this recipe, let me know how it turned out for you. But for now, thank you so much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.